Okay, I'm trying to go live on the native live stream. I don't know if you can hear me. So let me see if I can get on the tarot journey and find out if I'm on here. Woo. I got some things going on today, don't I? Heavens to Betsy. Can you hear me? See if I can get on the tarot journey. Okay. My phone says that, well, I can hear on my phone. So thank you for coming on over to the native live stream. I'm going to work it out with this Be Live. I promise I will. I was trying to use the snowball tonight. And thank you for your patience. Thank you for coming on over. So we have Brenda in the house. We have Neshi. Thank you, Neshi. Hello, Barbie. We have Brenda over here. So thank you all for coming on. And hopefully some more might feel like joining, since I had to just, split second decision. I used to have a director, and when I was doing a lot of theater, and this director taught me that whatever happens on stage is the right thing, because you have to go with it. It's live. You just have to go with it. So here I am. I had to go with it. And I tell you, when we were doing live theater, there were some doozies that we had to kind of scramble around and pretend like, hey, it's part of the show. So I'm just trying to say, hey, it's part of the show. And here we are live on the Tarot Journey. Thank you, Rochelle. Rochelle is saying you are coming across loud and clear. And hi, Tracy Civic. Neshi is saying, yep, I can hear and see you. So good to know. Yes, we want to do the Be Live program, but right now I've got to do it on the native live stream. So thank you for joining me for the Tarot Journey show. We're going to have another cosmic conversation. And I tell you, when I was trying to work things out on the Be Live program, there were some comments about my hat. So thank you for those comments. I'll tell you that in many parts of the world, they call it raining cats and dogs. Well, this morning, and late in the night, and then all the way in this morning through the commute, almost through the noon hour, it was raining zebras and rhinos, okay? And so this hat is a result of hiding my wild safari hair. So that's what this hat is all about. And so I thought I would wear it tonight because, it's raining. You just got to go with it. Whatever happens on stage is the right thing. So whatever happens in front of the camera, we just do what we can do. So, oh, thank you, Tracy. Tracy says, you're awesome. Oh, thank you. I don't know what's happening over here, if the Be Live actually stopped. I'm going to, I just totally closed that out. So I hope that if people can come on over to the native live stream, that would be wonderful. And thank you all for being here tonight. What we want to talk about is rebalancing your life for tomorrow and today. So This is a very personal topic, and it's part of the 3-part series on refilling your spiritual toolbox, or filling your spiritual toolbox. I decided to do that in the summertime, a 3-part series called Filling Your Toolbox. And each month of the 3 months talking about a different aspect of that. And so in August, we had talked about kind of shining your light and being authentic. And last month in September, we were going to talk about healthy habits. And unfortunately, I was ill and I couldn't be with you. So I apologize about that. But tonight is part 2, and we're going to talk about rebalancing. After you've had a period of imbalance, then you can rebalance. So let's see who's come on here. Oh, then BeLive stream was still running. Okay, thank you, Neshi. But she did put a message in the comments about the native live stream. Hi, Julie Shumway Hill. Thank you all for just bearing with me and what we're having here tonight when we're going to talk about rebalancing. Truly, this is the moment where you're actually watching me getting my balance again after we've got some wobbly, shaky start. So I'm living it, just what we're talking about tonight. Our topic is rebalancing your life for tomorrow and today. Let's see if anybody else has jumped on. Hello, Jane Myatt from Canada. Welcome. I'm so glad that you are here on the tarot journey. As always on the tarot journey, we do real soul work when we get together. So whether you're in your living room or in your den or behind your computer or on your tablet or on your Kindle player, or maybe you're on your phone and you're taking a walk, and so you're listening to me and you're watching and you're participating in the chat room while you're exercising or in between homework or just taking a break with a nice cup of tea. Wherever you are, we do real soul work here. And so to create that container for soul work, we always want to create a sacred space. And so that's how I start our shows. When we get everybody gathered together and kind of settled in, we want to really plant our feet on the floor and get centered and be grounded, and then create that container for sacred space. So will you join me? Will you do that, please? Even if you have done your own grounding today, like I have. I do my own very quick grounding practice every morning and every evening. So before I get out of bed, and the last thing that I do before I go to sleep is this grounding, and it just makes me really know that I'm home with a capital H. I'm home on earth as my temporary home. And then, of course, my soul gets to do whatever it does during my dream time. So if you would, just place your feet on the floor and affirm in your heart with me to do a quick grounding. My feet are connected to Grandmother Earth, and I'm grounded. My knees, my hips, my heart, my shoulders, my head, my whole body, my organs, cells, and bones are connected to my feet, connected to Grandmother Earth, and I am grounded. My central channel, my energy centers, my chakra system, my meridians are connected through my feet into the heart of Grandmother Earth, and I am grounded. I am grounded. I am grounded. So will you take a deep breath with me? And really fill those lungs. And just take one more breath and another moment to, while you're breathing in, to invite your spiritual team, whether they are the angels, the angelic realm, or your ancestors, your spiritual team that you work with, just to invite them to be in your sacred space as we are sharing together. So one more deep breath in and invite them. And thank you. Thank you to your spiritual team who is here. Oh, Neshi is saying that she just sent the live stream to several friends on her news feed and the Star Nations pages. Thank you. Thank you, Neshi. And I would invite anyone who feels it in their heart, if they would want to share it on a page or a group or on their own news feed, or share it with a friend who might really want to hear a message about rebalancing tonight. Because here we are actually living it. You know, got off to a rocky start with the Be Live, and here we are just kind of trying to go forward in the native live stream and just do the best that we can and to balance as we go, to rebalance after this wobbly, rocky start. So thank you if you feel that in your heart to share it. And I would like this topic, this discussion, to really be a discussion. So I'm going to be looking at the comments over here, and I'd like for you to share as much as possible about your own rebalancing practices and techniques and your tips. And I'm going to share a couple of mine. So the whole idea is, let me just check in over here. Hi, Connie Potter. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Rowena. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that so much. And anyone I missed, I want to make sure I say hi to everybody who's over here. This topic tonight is about rebalancing. So inherent in the topic is, at one point there was balance. At another point there was maybe not so much balance. And then now you're rebalancing. You're coming back to center. You are trying to steady and be on solid ground with like both feet planted on the ground and getting your equilibrium back in harmony. You know, there's this phrase that says, well, I was all out of whack, all discombobulated. Well, let's get back in whack, or let's get combobulated. I know, I'm just making up those terms, but you know what I'm trying to say, that where there was maybe some disarray or disorganization or things were just not together, we're trying to get them back together, kind of like Legos stacked up one another instead of all over the floor, right? Those Legos can be dangerous when they're all over the floor, especially if it's in the middle of the night and you're kind of half asleep and scurrying down the hall. You don't want to be surprised by the Legos that are out there. So sharing tonight about rebalancing. Kimberly Griffiths, hello from Scotland. Couldn't miss this. We'll share. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate seeing you and hearing from you. And I hope you enjoy, Kimberly, your prize from the Tarot Journey. You won one of the necklaces, the Chakra Empowerment necklaces, and we sent that to you all the way across the pond into Scotland back in August for our viewer appreciation special. So thank you for tuning in and being a part of the Tarot Journey. And hi, Satin, and hi, Jocelyn and Judy. Thank you for coming on tonight. And oh, I appreciate that. My hat. I was sharing that it was really storming this morning, like downpour. And so instead of raining cats and dogs, I said that it was raining rhinos and zebras. And so my hat is just to kind of rein in my wild safari hair tonight. Yes, and so Rob is saying discombobulating is sweeping the nation. It might be. It might be. I kind of felt real discombobulation. Lisa, thank you for coming on tonight. She is going through a shift and took an Epsom salt bath and went to bed to relax. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, thank you, Neshi. I agree. Julie looks great in that hat. Woo! Oh, Kimberly says she loves it. Thank you, and use it regularly. Wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. Judy says, yes, we got it across the lake. Very windy. Yes. After the rain all afternoon, it got very windy here. So it's that autumn weather. It's the autumn weather in the Midwest. So we're talking about rebalancing. And I want to thank Lisa for sharing one of her balancing tips and techniques, an Epsom salt bath. And I'm going to second that emotion. I love Epsom salt baths. In fact, I make some bath salts. I use real rose petals, dried rose petals, and a little essential oils, and I make my Rosy Little Life bath salts. So I do have that. That line is coming out soon. Several people have been asking about that. I've been giving out samples, and they're like, oh, I really love that. Why don't you make that and make it available for us? So it's coming soon. It is. It's coming soon. The Rosy Little Life bath products. So I will share some of my rebalancing tips and techniques. Oh, Rob says he's in an Epsom salt bath now. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the tarot journey from a soak there, mostly for his toe. Yeah. All of our body parts can definitely benefit from that. Rob says, I love the Evansville hat. Thank you. It's saving my wild safari hair tonight. So trying to tame that a little bit. So when I am going through some rebalancing times, so things were kind of okay, and then we got to shake up, kind of like a snow globe. Just you shake it up, and then, the snow's everywhere, the paper's flying, or the rug out from under you, or whatever you want to call those times of, oh, what just happened to me? Kind of sideswiped by a surprise news or an event, something that really kind of took the balance and turned it a little wobbly, tipsy-turvy, topsy-turvy or so. Vice versa, those kinds of things. Flip it on its head, all of those wonderful little euphemisms for we're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. And you get up, you dust yourself off, and then you try to come back to center. So that's really what we want to focus on tonight with our time together is, okay, we're trying to regroup and get back together. So I've got 3 things that I would like to share that are my own, and I definitely want to open this up for all of you to share what is what your practices are, because we want to learn from each other and grow and fill our spiritual toolboxes, definitely. So for myself, first and foremost, when we're trying to regroup and rebalance and recalibrate and refocus and revise, even review, is letting the emotions flow. Let it out. There are times in our humanness, of course, well, let me back up. Of course, our soul knows that everything is beautiful and everything is love. Our soul knows that. Our soul came to earth to experience this human domain, this human element that's all about choice. And those choices are very much left or right, up or down, black or white. These very clear dichotomies. If you go left, you can't go right, not at the same time. There is definitely a clear choice in that. And so with all of those choices, there are some things that are going to feel better than other things. Some things that are going to be more enjoyable than other things. But the soul came here to experience all up and down that spectrum. And so Rob can attest that a broken toe is probably not the most joy-filled experience on the human spectrum. But the soul knows that it's all for love and all for expansion and wonderment and adventure. We came here to have a soul adventure. Lisa's saying, oh, thank you. Love your hat, gangster. And thank you, Neshi, for your program reminders. Thank you, Lisa. And Jen Armstrong is saying, hiya. Well, hello there. I'm so glad that you are here. Those of you who are just joining, we are talking about rebalancing. When you are balanced and then not so balanced, and now rebalancing. And if you were with me at the beginning of the show, you saw firsthand all about getting that rebalance going again. So letting those emotions flow. Before I started the program, I always do my own centering before we come on here. And I just said, whatever happens, it's going to happen. So I'm just going to go with it. Whatever happens live, happens live. So I'm just trying to do the best that we can here together. And I'm just letting those emotions flow. I'm just being very transparent here. And those times when we have the news about a health test and, oh, we didn't expect those results. Or that time after lunch when your whole department is called into the conference room and the boss looks at the room and says, well, there have been some changes. And then all of you are marched out of the building on to different things. You know, those are some whoa times when, oh, what just happened? That's a lot of imbalance. Boom, right then. So of course, our human emotions get stirred up, and I believe that it's healthiest to let them flow, to let them flow. Cry if you need to cry. Use your voice and yell if you need to yell and get the frustration out. Pound on that pillow if you need to dissipate some of that. Go for a run. Whatever it is that you need to do to let the emotions flow, because that's another thing. Because this earthly life is all about experiencing all of the ups and the downs. The roller coaster, when it goes up, it has to come back down. So our emotions do the same kind of thing. So when we roll through those strong emotions, they're going to dissipate again. And so we can just let them go. Let's see what else is talking about. Oh, Neshi is saying, my rebalancing tools are deep breaths, walking in the woods, playing with Georgie, and if all else fails, napping. I love all of those, Neshi. Thank you for sharing. I love that. Definitely. Georgie is her little four-legged cutie pie. He is a big boy now, but he is the cutest. He's the cutie patootie, the cutest thing, George. I love the deep breaths. That is next on my list of things that I do when I'm trying to rebalance. And Neshi says, walking in the woods, yes. Listening to the trees and the birds and maybe the cicadas and the crickets and the frogs all singing their songs. And napping. Yeah, napping is a wonderful reset. If you can just let your body rest and your mind kind of turn off for a little bit, you can have a good reset there. I love that. Martina, thank you for joining. I caught you late, but we'll definitely rewatch. Well, I'm so glad that you are here. Thank you for stopping by on the tarot journey. And we're sharing our rebalancing tips and techniques. So anything you would like to share, we would love to talk about that. Deborah is here. Thank you for being part of the tarot journey tonight. Judy says, I love me some Georgie. Yes, he is the cutest thing. Hi, Deborah. Thank you for being here. Hi, Cindy Lynn. I'm glad you're here. All of these wonderful people, you just make my heart so happy, all of you. Thank you for being here. So I talked about letting those emotions flow, just letting them out, because we're not going to stay in one state. Just like summer turns to autumn and autumn turns to winter and then winter becomes spring again. So the earth goes through her cycles and we go through our cycles too. So strong emotions can dissipate, become calm again, and then we can get excited and joyful again. And then, we just kind of go through our own cycles. So getting those emotions out, letting them have their say, and then they can go run along. What I also like to do is breathe and move. So just like we did the deep breathing exercise, what I like to do is take a walk, about a 15-minute semi-brisk walk, depending on the weather. I like to do that twice a day. So I'm taking a kind of a brisk walk, and so I'm concentrating on my breathing. And that is a way to let my mind wander. It gives my body something to do, and my concentration to focus on my breathing, but then it allows my spirit to be connected to a higher power. to my spiritual team, to God, to the angels. And sometimes I get real insights. And I'm walking along, kind of doing my thing, and then, oh, well, I never thought about blah, blah, blah subject in that way before. I'll get maybe what we call an insight or an aha or a download, whatever you want to call it. It's like, oh, so that's what that means. That's the message, or that's some wisdom that I never would have thought about had I just kind of stayed in that, oh, this is the thing that has kind of gotten me out of balance. But when I breathe and move, then I can engage my body and my focus and let my spirit have some time to commune. Oh, good. Here we have, Kimberly is saying, my rebalancing tools are spending time in nature, snoozing, listening to music, and spending time with girlfriends. Those are really good rebalancing tools. I definitely like the whole community, spending time with like-minded people, your friends, your pals. Neshi has her sisters that she spends time with. I love that. People who really are people of the heart, you know. They're sisters of the heart. They're friends of the heart. So I love that. Thank you. Barbie says, I set out on the back steps with my cup of coffee and my dog. I love that. Four-legged friends are the best kind of friends. Jocelyn, she's saying, my rebalancing is being in nature or going to water, listening to it flow. Oh, I love that too. I really love that. I love fountains and babbling brooks and listening to ocean sounds. I love all of that. Thank you for sharing those. Neshi is saying, I agree about girlfriend time to rebalance and get some support. Awesome. Awesome. Cindy Lynn says, I just went through some old notes from old shows as reminders and listened to some music. That definitely helps. That's good. I do like to go back and listen to some archive shows too. We have a lot of wonderful writers and show hosts here at Star Nations, and it's a wonderful treat to have those archives that we can go back and listen to shows and free classes and all of those good sorts of things and learn from each other and let that information touch what we already know and kind of re-enliven it as we're rebalancing. Tracy says, when I give too much out and don't fill myself back up, it sets me off. But the forest always reins me in. That's good. And Tracy, I love all those pictures that you post about your hiking adventures and when you went to the Sleeping Bear Dunes. That was so lovely. So lovely. Jen is saying, indeed, to stand on the grass first thing after waking up. Often I need to go walk through the forest up to the gorge and swim in the crystal clear running waters. That sounds like a movie scene. Oh, Jen, that sounds awesome. Sounds like a movie scene. And Cindy Lynn says, I recently learned to block some time for myself in spirit. I think that is an awesome, awesome thing, to just commune with you and your spiritual team and your spiritual practice. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Neshi says, me too. I have time blocked off my calendar for self-care and family time. Otherwise, I don't take a break. That is setting healthy boundaries. Hip, hip, hooray. Yes. Hip hip hooray. I definitely agree. Definitely. And one of my favorites, I'm going to type this in if I can. I'm going to try to. Sorry, I can't talk and write at the same time. So if you can see it there in the chat is the phrase Om Mani Padme Hum. That is my third rebalancing technique that I really, really like to use. It's a Sanskrit chant. And I think a lot of us who are part of Star Nations and come to the shows and the classes and read the articles are at least a little familiar with Om Mani Padme Hum. It's the prayer of compassion. They call it Kuan Yin's prayer or Kuan Yin's mantra, the prayer of compassion. Now, there are many who say that the translation is the jewel of the lotus. Okay, that's good. But I had to look up what that really means. Long time ago, I was looking up, what does that really mean? The jewel of the lotus. So I spent some time, I love to chant, and so I spend some time really understanding what those Sanskrit words are because they're ancient. They are at least, Sanskrit is at least 1,500 years older than Aramaic. And Aramaic was the language that Jesus of Nazareth spoke. And so history in the Bible tells us that Jesus was around 2,000 years ago. So Sanskrit is even older than that. So these Sanskrit words have a whole long history, longer than English. And so those words are rich and powerful, and they have been chanted for thousands and thousands of years. So I like Om Mani Padme Hum, and I really wanted to understand what it means. So let me share that with you, what I've learned about that, and how I use it to help myself rebalance a little bit. So Om is that sound of creation. It's the vibration of the universe creating. I love that. Mani is the word that means the jewel. But it also represents the pathway or the way. So we have Om, which means the sound of creation. We have Mani, which means the jewel or the way of. Padme is what they call the lotus, but meaning wisdom. So the wisdom and the compassion. So here we have Om Mani Padme. So the sound of creation, the way it is being created as compassion and wisdom, and Hum, H-U-M, Hum, means enlightenment. I love that. So the whole phrase, when you say it together or chant it, Om Mani Padme Hum, and you can just say it like that, or you can sing it. You can make it however you want it to be. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. However that feels for you if you want to use it. So what you're really chanting when you chant that particular prayer is the sound of creation as it's creating, the way that it's creating, compassion and wisdom and enlightenment. This is one source. I have it written, so I want to read it here. One writer translated it as this: Be pure in body, mind, and speech. Follow the path of wisdom with love and compassion for enlightenment. I like that too. So Om Mani Padme Hum is the way toward compassion, wisdom, and enlightenment. I love that. So for myself, I will chant about 10 minutes at a time. And then I just take a couple deep breaths and then I go on with my day. But that's a good way for me to pray because I really like using my voice. Lisa's saying, oh, wait a minute. I missed somebody. I'm sorry. I missed somebody. Jane is saying, in addition to time in nature, I ensure that I spend time in my inner sacred grove. Nourishment for my internal thoughts, guides, and frame of mind and enables me to be more mindful in the outer realms of human interaction. Indeed. Awesome. Thank you, Jane. Connie's saying, short meditation brings me back. Music too. Yes. Yes. Chanting really centers me, and music does too. There are certain go-to songs that really help me focus. Lisa is saying, meditation music for cats works for me. And Friday we went to Lake Michigan collecting stones and beach glass. Lake Michigan grounds and soothes me. She is so powerful. Beautiful. Beautiful. I want to get up there and to collect some Petoskey stones. I really, really, really do. So if anybody can tell me some wonderful places for Petoskey stones, I'm all over it. Rob is saying, I also do Sudoku. I've recently moved up to the 16 by 16 boards, shooting to solve in under an hour. I'm not always successful. Wow. I know you're a math whiz, so that's just awesome. And Deborah Clark Clemens says that is lovely. Yes. So those are some ways that I rebalance, and I really have appreciated and loved all of the ways that you have shared tonight about your rebalancing practices. So together, we can maybe take some of these ideas and hone them for yourself. What works for yourself? Maybe another idea that someone else does can augment your spiritual toolbox. I know I'm going to take some ideas away tonight and inspired to spend some more time in the forest, some more time in nature, as much as I possibly can. I certainly will. I know that I've gone over a little bit, so I'm gonna stay with the program and open it up now for some live mini readings. And tonight I'm going to use the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reid, and we're going to stick to the major arcana of the tarot. And that's what Spirit told me to do tonight, the major arcana, because those are archetypal soul lessons, life lessons, and soul wisdom in them. And so that's what was most important to be shared tonight, Spirit told me. So I'm going to go through the comments here, and please know that it's a few second delay from typing in the comments to when I see them. So I'm going to get to you as fast as I can as I see them. So if anyone would like a card draw, I'll be glad to. So The way it works for me is I shuffle until the one that is for you pops up. Let me take a drink. I need to wet my whistle. There we go. There we go. Jane also says sacred circle dance is good for resetting too. Ooh, I have to learn a little bit more about that. Deborah Clark Clemens says the chant. Yes. And Judy is starting us off with, yes, she would like a card. So Judy, we're going to start off with you. And I'm shuffling until the one that is for you pops up. And for you, your rebalancing is the Hanged Man. He's all about just kind of stepping back, resting, and waiting for a new perspective, Judy. So kind of looking at things from a different angle. And instead of pushing forward to find an answer, just kind of sitting back and contemplating from a different angle. Yeah. So as you can see there, he's just kind of hanging out. So that's some good medicine for rebalancing for you, Judy. Amy Daniels, I'm glad you're here. And she would like a card, certainly. Certainly. Okay. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is an elder, is a teacher, an authority. So the message for rebalancing for you tonight, Amy, is maybe looking at some resources, written resources, maybe some websites about whatever challenge is going on, or if something is topsy-turvy and you're not really sure how to resolve it, kind of seeking out some sources and resources. Just like we Google, like, what's a good essential oil for bug bites or something like that. Seeking some resources. Yeah, that would be a good one to help you out, some good medicine there. Jocelyn is asking for a card. Certainly. Yes, yes. So shuffling until yours pops up. Oh, let me do that again. Here we go. Okay. Jocelyn, your card is patience. Patience, please. So in the standard tarot deck, like the Rider-Waite, kind of the classic, the little black dress of a tarot, they call it the Temperance card. So it's kind of weighing options and letting things just kind of play out. So not necessarily seeking any answers, but just kind of going on your way and trusting and being patient that it's going to balance out. Just trusting what your intuition is giving you and having that patience, that soul patience of, you know, this is just temporary. The roller coaster maybe is doing loop-a-dee-loops and it's kind of messing with my tummy, but it'll slow down here eventually. I just got to give it some time. So there you go, Miss Jocelyn. All righty. Miss Julie Shumway Hill. Let's see what we've got on tap for you. Here it is for you, love. So this card is like the Rider-Waite card, the Lover's card. So it's about choice. It's about making the choice that is most aligned with your spirit. So again, it's like listening to your deep intuition. Dr. Gabor Mate, he is a Canadian physician, and he talks about how our gut, our bellies have more neurons, more neuron receptors in our bellies than our brains, that our gut gives us the fuller picture. You know, our brains, we can rationalize and we can intellectualize and all of that, but we always know with our gut. You've ever had a gut feeling and you didn't follow it and you're like, oh, I should have gone with what my gut said. So making that choice that's aligned with your intuition. All right, Miss Julie. Yes, Miss Barbie. Let me scroll up here a little bit. All righty. Miss Barbie. Yours came out right away. The Empress card. Isn't she beautiful? The Empress card is all about abundance. So the cornucopia of love and abundance and art. It's kind of like all the fruit is ripe on the tree. Just pick whatever one you want, whatever's the juiciest. So your rebalancing could be anything that just makes you feel joyous and alive and beautiful and sexy and sassy and saucy. Do what makes your heart feel alive. Everything is ripe and ready for you to taste. I love that. Yes, Miss Kimberly. Let's get you a card. Thank you for staying with me. I know I'm going over a little bit because of the technical difficulties that we've had, but it's good stuff. Kimberly, you have the Star. Oh, I love this card. This card correlates to the astrology sign of Uranus. Well, the planet Uranus, sorry, the sign of Aquarius. So, you know, you stand on Earth and you look up at the night sky and you think, oh, twinkle, twinkle, little star. I wish upon that star. So, contemplating your hopes and your dreams and your wishes, your intentions, that is some good medicine for your rebalancing. So, understanding that, okay, this roller coaster that I'm living on, this earth experience, we're going to go up and we're going to go through these whirly-gig and corkscrew turns, and it's going to go fast and it's going to go sideways and upside down and all of that. But yeah, if I just focus on the goal of whatever it is, I know I can get through anything. Yeah. So there you go. All righty, we've got Deborah Clark Clemens. Let's see here. The Moon. I love this card. The Moon is really tuning into your root system. So Neshi has talked about this on shows and in her classes before about we are all from some tribe. All of us have ancestors, and our ancestors come from somewhere. Some family, some clan, some tribe, some affiliation. So tuning into your roots, your ancestry, where you come from, where your soul originated, for your rebalancing tips and techniques. So it's about really kind of going within and going deep. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Rob is saying, could I please get a reading about spiritual crossroads? Okay. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. As it comes out. It comes out. All righty. This is the Chariot. This is about forging ahead, onward to victory. Like driving those horses. Keep on going. Keep on going. So whatever that decision is for you, is that rebalancing, that coming into center, is keep going. Whatever feels like it's riding into victory, whatever has that feeling, that's the message that's coming through about balancing there with the Chariot. Whatever feels like you're riding into a victorious situation. Yeah, good one. Lisa would like a card, please. Yes, yes. Let's get Miss Lisa. Okay, the Tower. For you, Lisa, the Tower is all about those unexpected aha moments. Those moments that might take your breath away. It's like, whoa, what a message from my spirit guides. What a message from the heavens. Wow, I found this feather. I didn't expect it. So really keeping your spiritual senses open, your spiritual sight, your spiritual hearing, your spiritual smell, your ability to sense, really keeping those open for those aha moments that can come with a snippet of a song. Or you can look down and find that feather. Or you might pass a billboard and just one word of that billboard is like the message that you need. Yeah, so there's aha moments. Jane is asking for a card. Let me pull up here. Okay, okay. Got to get readjusted here. My leg's about to fall asleep. Okay, Jane is asking for a card. Jane, you get the High Priestess. Pretty card. The High Priestess is all about initiation. So what that's telling me is that some of these situations that you've been encountering, maybe some life events that are like, whoa, I just got the wind knocked out of me, or the rug pulled out from under me, or I just got sideswiped, or something completely knocked me off of my chariot, knocked me off my horse. What this card is telling me that those are some spiritual initiations for you, for your spiritual path. What is it? I think it's Lao Tzu, the Chinese philosopher. I think it's Lao Tzu. Maybe not. You have to maybe look up this quote that says, sometimes great beginnings are disguised as painful endings. So I think it's Lao Tzu, but definitely look up this quote. Sometimes great beginnings are disguised as painful endings. That's what I feel like is kind of happening for you. Judy says, hallelujah, thank you. Judy says she's been doing that. Wonderful. Connie is saying, yes. Did I get you one, Connie? You are welcome, Judy. You are welcome, Amy. You're welcome, Jocelyn. Angie Arsenal. Yes. I will be happy to get a card for you. Angie, this is for you. This is the Magician. This is your inner sage that says everything you need, you already have. So there is nothing that is outside that anybody else has, or any knowledge or any tool or any piece of anything that you have to have. Everything is inside. So really listen to your intuition about which road to take, which decision to make, how to walk through this situation, how to handle this person, how to deal with this relationship. Yeah, everything that you need, you already have inside. That's what I love about the Magician. Hello, Tana. I'm glad to see you too and hear you. I've loved the pictures that you've shared about you and your little Bella. She's getting so grown up. And thank you, Tana, for all of the wonderful butterfly pictures and videos, and for being the butterfly nursery that you've shared with us all summer long. I have loved it from the deepest place of my heart. It has really, really just brought me so much joy. So I thank you so much. Rob says, know the numbers, but go with your gut. Good one. Good one. Yes, Barbie, it is wonderful. You are welcome, Kimberly. You are welcome, Rob. Oh, Deborah, thank you. Lisa, you are welcome. Miss Tracy. Miss Tracy, yes. Be glad to get you a card, my dear. Aha. Transformation. You, my dear, are becoming a butterfly. How exciting. But here's the thing about it, becoming a butterfly. You can't talk butterfly language with caterpillars. You're graduating, my dear. And when you graduate to butterfly language, you talk to butterflies. The caterpillars just can't understand. Time for transformation and metamorphosis and brand new horizons as you flit and fly away. I love it. You're so beautiful. Oh, Rob says he's not sure, but it sounds like him. If not, try Confucius. Yes. I may have gotten the source wrong, but I think that quote is pretty right. Connie, you need one. Yay. I'm sorry, Connie. Let me get you. Oh, this is a good one. Look at this. This is strength. So relying on your beautiful heart strength. And as I'm saying those words, I just feel in my chest like bum, 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 bum. Like your strong, big, beautiful heart. Trust your heart. Just trust it. Tell your heart how much you love her. Every day, just say, oh, I love you, heart. Thank you for all that you do. Your strength of heart. Thank you, Connie. You are welcome, Tracy. And Tana, I will be happy to draw you a wonderful message. And I appreciate you jumping on tonight. And so let's see here. Tana, the High Priestess. You too also going through initiations. These life changes and events that we're experiencing, those are the graduation ceremonies and the entrance exams for the next phase of our learning and development and our journey. and our adventures and our expansion. Yeah, all of those good sorts of things. Wow. Did I get everyone? You are very, very welcome, Angie. So I want to thank everyone for staying on tonight and staying with me. I know I went over a little bit, had kind of a little rocky start. But again, you know, you got to go with it. Whatever happens live on stage happens. And I appreciate all of you being part of the tarot journey. So from my heart to yours, may the peace that surpasses all human understanding, may it be with each and every one of you. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. And good night. Good night.